Those who watch our videos know that this 1800-gallon tank is dedicated or is built around the Dorado catfish. And any fish or any tank mate that interferes with that fish has to go. I've reported probably about like a year ago or less, maybe 8-10 months ago. Yeah, last spring, that the black ears became territorial and aggressive to the Dorado. All of a sudden, I thought they were complete pushovers, teddy bears of fish. But they started biting the Dorado, and I was hoping it was just seasonal and it passed, which it did. But then they again started doing that a couple of months ago, so both of them. But now they don't seem to be claiming one spot. They just bite the Dorado where they run into it. The black ear shark catfish, they're the ones that are marketed as Basa, B-A-S-A. You can buy their fillets at most frozen fish sections and in the department stores, grocery stores. They're usually quite affordable. Anyhow, so these two guys, pretty much the old one, the one that I just showed you with the solidified blister on the snout, and the new one, the 9-year-old and the 2-year-old. I'm gonna have to go, so I'm gonna try them in the 4,500-gallon tank. They're also just unstoppable during the feeding. They consume so much meat. Look at their stomachs. You can see that. They look enormous in their girth from consuming and swallowing. They have a big, I mean, they're relatives of paroon sharks. So they have a big appetite. They're a predator, open water predator. All of them are usually timid, the paroons and the black ears, until they get too hungry, and then they can attack their tank mates. Or, as I mentioned, which was a discovery for me, they started bothering the Dorado even outside of being hungry. See? That's what I'm talking about. It's not a huge damage or anything, but they've been biting the Dorado's tail, so it lost the extensions on the tail, and the tail was slightly tattered, and other fins are slightly tattered. That's all the work of the black ears, which from my previous 10-year experience with them, I could never have predicted they could do that, because they're such timid and such a fish that's afraid of everything. Easily spooks, skittish, shy, sheepish. It was quite a discovery for me, personally. Maybe others knew this. I didn't. So I'm gonna have to catch them and put them in the 4,500 gallon and see what happens. Look at the stomach on this thing. It's enormous. They probably eat half of the fish I throw in there. And pellets too, they don't care. They inhale everything as quickly as possible. That Dorada paced on the window and rubbed that big blister on the snout, and it became bone. I cut it off once, at least once, maybe twice. in prior years, but it keeps growing back and keeps growing back as a cartilage or bone, so I left it there, and doesn't look like it interferes with the fish's life. It is still, as you can see from the time, it feeds like there's no tomorrow, completely unhindered by that horn looking, or I don't know what to call it, lance looking thing on its upper jaw. Okay guys, you earned your one-way ticket out of here. I don't know if you noticed, they get to be, sometimes they act a little aggressive to other fish too, like arrow barbels. Just push them, or give them a nudge or a charge with an open mouth. They're gonna be hard to catch because they're so skittish. As soon as I will try to catch them, they're gonna fly around the tank and bump into walls, bloody up their snout. I'm really not looking forward to it. Maybe I'll get lucky and take him out of here with the least damage possible. Okay, it took about 15-20 minutes, but we caught the first one. I'm gonna put him in the pillowcase and transfer him into the 4,500 gallon. That's the one with the ossified or solidified blister, the 10-year-old one. I've decided to take this opportunity anyway and cut off his blister again. It didn't even bleed this time, so that's good. He's ready to go into the pillowcase. Alright, Pinocchio is in his new tank. Not too bad. The snout is a little bruised, but that's... If anybody's freaking out, the snout is a little bruised, but this is from before I cut it. I ran into a wall a couple of times, or into the rocks in the other tank. Well, now the next one is up. The Monsieur is ever pesky. Trying to determine whether there's anything he can take advantage of. What a smart and insolent fish. Offensive to tank mates which are stressed. Okay, next is your brother, younger brother. Very solid fish when I took it out of the water. Close to 2 feet, and such incredible girth and mass. Very masculine. Caught the second one Took me another 10 minutes or so. I was able to chase him here into the shallow part and net him. I'm gonna put him in the pillowcase and transfer him just like the prior one. Alright, here's the second one getting released. Okay, two brothers in trouble or in stress. Yeah, he got bruised lower lip, but other than that he looks good. The pillowcase is really gentle on them. If I were to transfer them in a net, they would be rolling in the net and thrashing, and they would tear up their fins, abrade their skin, break their barbels, all kinds of superficial damage they would receive. So the pillowcase is very gentle on them. Not so gentle on me. The guy was able to stab me with his pectoral fin. He was squirming when I was putting them in the, guiding them in the pillowcase. He got me pretty good. I'm gonna have to go and sanitize the wound, but other than that, we're pretty good. Hopefully it will be smooth sailing from now on. I was pleasantly surprised they didn't freak out more than they have, and didn't inflict more self-inflicted damage than they have. So that was a good surprise. Good surprise. Monsieur is smelling the hormone of stress and fear. It's coming and bumping into the black ears. That's the first one, the Pinocchio, so we call it. Pinocchio got his nose trimmed. Let's see if it grows back again. I cut it off at least once, I'm pretty sure. Maybe twice, but one time I remember, but it grew back. So this is the second or the third time I've cut it off. His dorsal fin and the upper lobe of the caudal fin had been removed by African tigerfish a long time ago. I want to say 5 years ago. Never grew back in the full size and shape. So you can tell the difference between the newer one, the younger one with the intact finnage is much more proportionate and beautiful, and the older one, the veteran,